Hey guys, what's up? Thank you for joining me on my channel today. We are going to do a reading for the sign of Aries in the month of April 2019. If you like what you see, please hit that like button. I would certainly appreciate it. You can also subscribe. That would be wonderful. And also, if you want notifications for when I post other videos, hit that bell symbol. Just a reminder, this is a general reading for the sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. It is not going to resonate with everybody out there, so only take what applies. If it doesn't fit your story, don't try and force it, don't make it fit. It's just simply not your message this time. So without further ado, I did premeditate and shuffle on your cards. We'll just do a couple more shuffles here, and then we will get going. So for your base spread, I'm going to use this Crystal Tarot deck, which I really like, by, let's see, Phillip, Permutt. This was one of my first decks, and I think the visuals are really cool. So final shuffle, here we go, for the sign of Aries in the month of April 2019, please. All right, we'll see what we can get. All right, so top of the deck here. All right, so High Priestess. Crossing that is the Ten of Cups. Wow, beautiful. Sorry for that glare. I'll try and be mindful of that. The Knight of Pentacles. The High Priest or the Hierophant. The Four of Swords. The Queen of Wands. The Ten of Swords. The Eight of Wands, Temperance. Your outcome, you have the Page of Wands. Okay, cool. So bottom of the deck energy is the Seven of Wands. Can you see that? There we go. Figure out that glare. So we'll keep that in mind as we're going along. And for clarifiers, we are using the Triple Goddess Tarot. This is a really beautiful deck too. Again, I did already pre-shuffle these. I'll do it one more time. So let's get going. So the heart of your matter is the High Priestess. So this is inner knowing about the Ten of Cups. Cups are feelings, right? There are water signs, feelings, intuition, emotions. Which is also very much the High Priestess. She's sometimes seen as like a Pisces or a Cancer card. It's intuitive inner knowing. It's not taking a lot of action, but just kind of coming peacefully in your mind to, I guess, to what your ultimate fantasy looks like, right? Your ultimate fairy tale ending, what's going to feel the best for you. And with the Ten of Cups, it might be something you've been really thinking about for a long time, Aries. So let's see. But you haven't taken action or movement forward. So because it's a Ten of Cups, it might feel like you already have somebody in your life that you're considering a future with, but let's get some clarifiers. Okay, so you have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so that's typically the single ladies card, right? I hope that's focused. Sorry if it's not. So yeah, you might be considering taking a bigger step in terms of commitment with someone. And then you have the Eight of Cups in reverse. Yeah, so you're not walking away. I think you are staying committed. All right, so that's kind of like the base of your spread, heart of the matter. We're doing the Celtic cross for those of you who are interested in that. So let's move up to your, sort of like your unconscious influence, or like kind of like the deeper meaning of all this. You have the Knight of Pentacles. So again, steady movement forward. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight in the deck, but he's very cautious and careful. He thinks long term. He sets up a good foundation before he rushes into anything, and he kind of gets the job done. He's a very reliable knight. So whether this is you or your person, we'll see what we can find out. Wow, so you have the Ten of Cups again. So I'm going to go out and say that this is probably your person. We'll see what resonates as we keep going. Yeah, so it might be your person headed towards you and feeling the same way. Interesting. I don't know if there's been a lot of communication about this yet, but all right. Okay, so you have the Three of Swords in reverse. So in the upright, it's typically heartbreak. It's a lot of pain. Here, it's healing. So that's, I mean, that's always a great energy to, well, once you've done the healing, right? What if you've been through a period of rough, or like a rough patch, and you were headed towards something that you really want to start a really stable foundation with, if you're going for your fairy tale ending, I think you want to make sure that you've cleared out any emotional baggage that you may have, any heartbreak, any pain, because that's only going to negatively impact a relationship. I'm also getting that if you've already met this person, if they're in your life, it's possible that they've brought you a lot of healing. They've sort of maybe helped bring some hidden pain out of you that you didn't even know was there. And again, with that 10 of water, water is emotional healing, you know? So it's almost like, yeah, it's like I'm getting the visual of someone like just pouring water over you and it just being cleansing and healing. And the High Priestess sort of has that energy about her too, but that's going on internally. So it's almost like this person does that for you externally, if that lands. And of course, I mean metaphorically. They're not actually dumping glasses of water on you. All right, so let's move on. So in your past, you have it's called the High Priest in this deck, but generally it's the Hierophant. So that is spirituality. It's sometimes tradition. It can be commitment to a relationship. So, and that was clarified by the Seven of Wands. So this card has a lot of different meanings. Just right out the gate, it kind of seems defensive, right? She has all these wands coming at her. I'm sorry about the focus. Hopefully you can see that. So you may in the past have been a little bit defensive to commit to something. Again, the way there's like this little child kind of behind her, like in fear. There we go. You may have been trying to protect something possibly from your past that, it was like a part of you that you weren't quite ready to share yet. You were trying to maintain some almost innocence or protection over something. I'm getting internally inside of you. For some of you, it could be that you actually do have a child and you weren't quite ready to open up and let somebody else into your guys' life. You know, you were trying to protect the best interests of your child. But for more of you, I'm thinking it has to do with something in your past or just something inside of you you weren't quite ready to share yet. You were a little bit defensive, and there was some worry about exposing whatever that was. Let's see what else we can get. Okay, you have the Two of Swords in reverse. That's the upright, if you can see it. So this is a decision you have to make that kind of weighs heavily in your mind. You're seeking balance. With the moon there, there's again, like this feeling of intuition. She actually looks a lot like the High Priest in this deck. So yeah, it's having to go into your mind, and swords are our thoughts, our clarity, our logic, our communication. So yeah, I'm getting like there was an extreme delay in really making a decision about this person. And honestly, with this Seven of Swords, it does come off as like a little bit cold and kind of like that icy chill of this card, even though it's in reverse. So, and yeah, I'm just getting in the past, there was a very long drawn out process of making a decision of who you're letting into your life. And whatever this Knight of Pentacles is for you, I'm getting that's what's entering. So Pentacles are earth signs. So that's Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. But it could also, it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be any sort of thing that's coming into your life. The Knights are about movement. They ride in on horses. So things that are being presented to you and brought into your life. And if you resonate more of being the Knight moving forward to something, what are you actually chasing? It seems like the Ten of Cups is there, right? And a commitment, ooh, that just popped. I'll read that in a second. The commitment to something, whether it be a person or a new job or fill in the blank. With the Hierophant, you were definitely questioning how much you wanted to be involved or how much you wanted to be committed. But here you have the Queen of Pentacles. So that's someone who knows their value, someone who knows their worth. Earth signs again, and Earth, when they're represented with Pentacles, Pentacles are like the seed of something that you grow. So this is something that you would grow over a long period of time. And again, I'm sort of getting, because it started off with the Nine of Pentacles, you're drifting out of that I'm doing this all on my own mode to, yeah, you know what, maybe I could build a family, or maybe I could invest with other people and see what positive things they bring into my life. With the questioning and the Hierophant, and then clarified by the Queen of Pentacles, and even the way she's really like, you see how she's like jotting down on her notebook? It's like you're doing like pros and cons lists, like weighing out, what do I really want? It's like you're journaling and kind of manifesting what it is that you really wanted in your life. All right, so next you have the Four of Swords. I'll show that to you again. So this, let's see, this is generally like your goals or your purpose. Sometimes it can be like the things you believe. The Four of Swords is generally a card of rest. Again, like thinking about things, not rushing into anything. After you come out of a battle, you need that time to kind of just rest, digest, if you will. So that is clarified by the Ten of Wands in reverse. Okay. So Ten of Wands, the traditional, I always refer to the traditional deck just because I think that's how a lot of us have learned it, and those messages are still very kind of ingrained in these cards no matter what the depiction is. Typical Ten of Wands in the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, it's someone carrying a huge burden of wands on their back and wanting to release them. Metaphorically wanting to release anything that's just been a burden that's causing you pain and stress and anxiety. So even in the upright with this card, she's not really holding them anymore. Has she given up? Has she finally reached her castle and she can put them down? We don't really know, but she's not carrying them in this card anymore. So in the reverse, which is what it came up as, are you still carrying burdens? And it's clarifying the Four of Swords, which again is rest. So either way, with both of these cards, I'm getting there is need and like a strong desire with this person who's literally released them, whether she's through her journey or not, right? Maybe she's mid-journey, mid-path, mid-cycle, however you want to say it. She needs to rest, and she knows it, right? So it's almost like, again, with allowing more things into your life, Nine of Pentacles reversed versus this Knight of Pentacles riding in, healing you from heartbreak, potentially offering you a Ten of Cups in the future. Maybe it's like after some rest, you finally realize that you are open to allowing some of the burdens to come off of you, and for someone else to kind of help you down your road. Let's see. Yeah, and working as a team. So you have the Three of Cups here. This is generally like happiness, celebration, reunions. But here it's like these people or women are so excited to be with each other. And the gender doesn't matter, by the way. This can go any gender. But yeah, finally it's like there's this relief of, oh, like I have someone to help me with all this. I've been carrying this heavy load on my own, and now it's like when you make the decision after rest to allow people to come in and offer you cups, emotions, happiness, healing. Once you've made this, and it could be your goal. You might not quite be there yet, but it's almost like it's starting to click that, like, why have I been so resistant to this? Or maybe not resistant. I don't know if that's the term. Indecisive, maybe. Yeah. I don't know if this is resistance or hesitation, or there's something there that was a little bit guarded. And I think you really had to think about it. So, but I mean, this is like such a lovely card. What a great energy that card has, right? So in your future, you have the Queen of Wands. So this is someone who's very beautiful. The Queen of Wands is kind of said to be possibly like the most beautiful queen in the deck. She's very happy, she's creative, she's strong, she's independent. Let's see, can you see that? Wands are fire, so Aries, Leo, Sag. So this could be you, Aries. So it might be, yeah, you might be knowing your self-worth again. We had that earlier with the Queen of Pentacles here, but it was surrounded in your past with all this indecision of commitment with the Hierophant. So maybe with the Queen of Wands, which is, actually, yeah, this is your card, I'm sorry. It's Cardinal Fire. So for for every element there's a cardinal, and Aries is the cardinal queen of fire. So this is you. That's kind of amazing. It's like you're coming into your full power, which you've always had. That's always existed in you. It's like maybe you just finally decided to embrace it and be like, yeah, you know what? Like, I do deserve good things. The Queen of Wands is the fun queen. I mean, they all have beautiful aspects and obviously lower negative vibrations too, but the Queen of Wands, yeah, she's alluring, she's intoxicating, she's exciting, she's the life of the party. People want to be around her. She has beautiful energy, she's hardworking, she's creative. Wands can be traveling, wands can be our careers, wands can be even like kind of like magical aspects. Like when you find someone attractive and you're not really sure why, they just have like that presence about them, that aura. Like, that's you, Aries. That's what a fantastic future card to have. So again, that's something that I think you're transitioning into after a long period of rest. So what else can we get for this Queen of Wands? Okay, so you have the Ace of Swords in reverse. So again, swords are communication, thoughts, logic, air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. That's in reverse. Interesting. I'm going to pull a few more. I'm wondering if you've made this decision, but you're not communicating it yet. Or I could also see it as you're putting an end to negative self-talk or self-doubt, if there was that. This Ace of Swords is really beautiful, though. It's like it's being illuminated by the sun. There's flowers growing. Interesting. But it is in reverse, so I'm taking that into consideration here. Let's see what else we can get. Okay, so you have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. So again, traditionally, this is someone holding on to money, whatever Earth is. Earth can be your career, your job, your health, things that have to do with the home, Earth signs. Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo? Yes, sorry. Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. And this in the upright, again, it's kind of that, is she giving her pentacle away? Is she receiving it? But she looks really happy. There's nothing about her, like in the traditional deck, it's sometimes the miser card of holding on to things too tightly for your own demise. But she has a really nice look about her, like she's wanting to give or she's wanting to receive, which is a beautiful energy. It's in the reverse. So again, because of the way this story is going, I think you are finally ready to receive some help, but I don't think it's being communicated yet. So whoever, if you have a person or a thing, or like if work is waiting to hear back, if you're going to accept this new position, or whatever this Knight of Pentacles, again, that's coming in, that could potentially offer you the Ten of Cups, long-term emotional fulfillment, the fairy tale ending, so to say. I don't think you're quite communicating it in your future. Let's see if we can get anything else. Or it could just be that you're almost having self-doubt or anxiety about receiving this help, because it sounds like you've always been, in this spread, very independent. Maybe not unwilling to receive help, but you wanted to do it yourself. And I think mostly just to prove to yourself that you are capable. I'm going to take one more for this. Interesting. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Okay, so if it is career-based, if you are considering taking this job that could relieve you of financial burdens or whatever it was that you were being defensive of, there might still be a little bit of fear that this could be financially beneficial long-term, or that it is going to offer you the stability that you want for you and your family. It's interesting because it's like your beliefs don't necessarily match what's approaching in your future. So I'm wondering if, and again, like we all have the ability to change our futures. Just because this is what the cards say doesn't mean that that's what's going to happen. I'm just gonna think, hold on. Oh, okay. With the Ace of Swords in reverse, you're giving up the fight. I think that's what it is. In the past, you like, and again, like, just because I'm going off of the visuals more so than like, oh, this is logic, this is communication. I see this as you're giving up the fight. You're finally getting out of this defense mode here. You're putting down your sword, and I think in reverse, it's like you finally are agreeing to allow help in from the universe, whatever that is. It's like you're coming out of that energy of putting things down that you don't want. You know, people trying to give you things and you kind of tossing them aside. Yeah, and I'm getting you're no longer working alone. You're deciding to build as a team. Yeah, and this card was reversed. But again, even the fact that the card Ten of Pentacles came out, which again, it's like long term stable success. A lot of times with career or money, but especially with family though too. In the upright, I'm just focusing kind of on her face. I don't know if you can see that. She's doing all this work by herself, right? She's wrapping her gifts, and I don't know if she's totally enjoying it. It looks like a happy project she's working on, but she's doing it alone, and it looks like it might be getting a little bit strenuous. Her face is just kind of like, ugh, like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Like, this is getting exhausting. And so, yeah, in the reverse, I think you still want these, bear with me here, this might be a bit of a reach, but it's like you still want these four presents. You want to give and receive and have it symbolically like a family, you know, Christmases together with people, but you don't want to do it on your own anymore. And yeah, I think that sword in reverse, it's like you're giving up the fight in a good way, because again, it's based in this Queen of Wands, self-empowerment, just beautiful energy, Aries energy, like queen energy for Aries. And again, masculine or feminine, it doesn't matter. Okay, so you as you are, this is the you card, the Ten of Swords. This card is scary for a lot of people, right? The Ten of Swords, again, original deck, depicted as someone with a million swords in their back. Well, 10 swords, actually. But symbolically, a million swords that has just been a mental death. Like, they are dead with all these swords sticking in them. And it's just ideas and things that have been weighing on you for so long. It's like you're just ready to give up and give in. And I think this is a lesser energy for you. But I think, again, it is that opening up to being like, okay, this thing of me doing everything on my own isn't working. So yeah, okay, like if someone wants to come in and help me and they have good intentions and I can still, you know, still feel like I'm in control and protecting myself, then I think you are giving up this mental battle of I have to do everything on my own, and like proving to yourself that you don't need anybody, I'm getting. And you know, Aries are very headstrong people. That wouldn't be completely out of range for an Aries to kind of be in that energy. We actually don't have a lot of wands for you. We have a few coming up, but I was just looking at that. Yeah, anyway, I'll pull a clarifier, but I'm almost certain that's what it is. Yeah, so you have the Chariot. So this is forward movement, right? And see how she's moving towards that beautiful sun right ahead. Or, I mean, I suppose it could be the moon. But it's fast movement, and it's through water, see? Emotional healing, intuition. It's positive forward movement, and it looks fast, doesn't it? It looks really damn fast. It could be with a Cancer, by the way. The Chariot is the card of Cancer. I'll go back, but actually I don't think you have a lot of major arcana. You did have the Hierophant, which is Taurus. So in your past, when we were talking about committing to something, it could potentially be with a Taurus. It doesn't have to be. And you do have the Knight of Pentacles. That is Virgo, I believe. Yeah, actually, and it's especially because I'm feeling with that Knight that's someone coming into you who's been trying to offer you something, maybe slowly over a long period of time. I believe that is Virgo. So your outside environment or things around you, sometimes it's the way other people view you. You have the Eight of Wands. Wands are fire energy. I believe it's Sagittarius energy, but that's kind of neither here nor there. But Eight of Wands indicates travel or movement very fast, very speedy travel. And actually it is Sagittarius, because if you picture like an archer pulling back his bow and arrow and the arrows fly forward, it's not only one arrow, it's 8 of them. And they're moving, again, really fast and fiery, passionately. So again, you have forward movement, clarified several times. We'll take one clarifier for this 8 of Wands, please. Okay, so 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. So that actually does surprise me a little bit. In the upright, it is typically deciding to work as a team, teamwork, forward movement. Again, Earth with those pentacles, it's like wanting to grow seeds up with other people too. There's like a community aspect to this card, sharing ideas with other people. It was in the reverse. Sometimes this card can talk about working on yourself in terms of mind, body, spirit, like those three aspects or elements. I'm sort of getting from this that you're no longer letting somebody else do... Well, actually, hold on. I'm going to pause before I say that. So if you've been in a relationship or with somebody and the feelings were maybe a little bit unmatched, if somebody was doing a little bit more, at least talk about building a future together, like, you know, taking the next steps, it's almost like you were there going, but you weren't actually reflecting those feelings back. And feelings are more cups. But again, because this is working together, in the reverse, I'm looking more at the two people kind of flanking the ends here. We have one person kind of reading the script, and she's like the and you know he's doing all the work, right? And he's probably going, yep, so should I put a hammer here? Should I do this? Are we cutting a hole here? He's doing like the physical demanding work of the relationship. Whereas it kind of seems like she's more of a bystander, again, just in this card. I'm taking it kind of as it resonates for the story. And again, kind of like this third, again, I'm sort of feeling that's kind of like that child that's kind of lingering in the background, which could be symbolic. It could actually be your child, but it could be that part of you that wants to join the team and start working with this person, but there's that other part of you that is kind of on the fence and, well, I'm just going to sit back and read the script, take the notes or whatever. I think in the reverse, it's finally saying, like, you are going to come forward and at least have the discussion with this person that, you know, I have been thinking about this, and yeah, but the base spread with the High Priestess and the 10 of Cups, it's knowing intuitively, it's knowing deep down or in your subconscious that there is potential for this fairy tale ending in whatever you're juggling in your head. It's something that you're not into moving away from. And again, kind of your single ladies card in reverse, it seems very much that this is pushing you, or again, the cards are us, we are not the cards. So if it doesn't resonate, please don't take this. But it seems like you are being drawn towards something that I think is already in your life, but there's staying power there. And yeah, your guidance card is Temperance. So Temperance is, she has 2 cups in her hand, right? This is, symbolically, it's supposed to be the angel of love, Michael, right? Something divinely guided. And she pours her cups back and forth, which is symbolic of sometimes healing, but the blending of opposites. It's balancing your heart and your head, which is exactly what the High Priestess and the 10 of Cups is. It's like making that realization of what's true to yourself. And this, I think that's important because this is the card of healing. And I think, as we said with this in reverse, your 3 of Swords, I think you or the person in your life have done some significant healing, and now you're deciding to bring your cups together. It's almost like that 2 of Cups energy of offering your love to someone finally. And that's generally the guidance. So let's see. What else can we get for clarified Temperance? Okay, so you have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so pages are similar to aces, like the new seed of an idea, and it is Earth, so it's literally the seed, but it is in reverse. So with what this is depicting, again, you remember how I was saying you were like reading all the scripts and going over the fine details of this relationship or opportunity in your head. It's like the papers are all around her. She's read everything she can. She has her, like, what do you call that, magnifying glass or whatever. She's looking at all the details. The cup, right? She has a cup in her hand and she's examining it. So this emotional offer that someone's trying to make to her. And then with the pentacles here, it's like, am I really going to invest in this person? Are they going to invest in me? Is there going to be stability? And it's that light outside that's coming in on her. It's almost like you're being guided. There's something that is trying to illuminate you to the idea. And in reverse, I take it as you've done all the examining. Everything that you need to see and understand, it's right there in front of you. So the guidance is you can step away from being in this like Sherlock Holmes detective mode and yeah, blend your cup. Give it a try anyway, right? You're never going to know until you try something. And the energy, because I'm taking so much of this Knight of Pentacles, the fact that he was clarified by he or she, please don't read into the gender. The fact that this person coming in was also clarified by the Ten of Cups, which is already what's existing in your internal space. There's such a beautiful matching there, right? And there is a big aspect of children here. So again, if you don't already have children, it seems like there's longevity here with your person of building a family, like building a legacy there. So your outcome, you have the Page of Pentacles. So again, pages are younger energies, sometimes younger people, not always. They can be new ideas, but it's more of like the starting of something. So the fact that you have Page of Wands, let's see, it could be that you are kind of starting to go in a more passionate direction with this person, communicating a message. Pages can sometimes be messengers. And again, fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag. Temperance is the card of Sagittarius too. I don't know if I said that. Making sure I didn't miss any major arcana. So for the Page of Wands, it is clarified by the Six of Swords. So Six of Swords is generally the card of moving away. These swords, frequently they're depicted in the boat. It's like it's moving away from this heavy mental baggage that we have to carry with us. It's like things that we've learned on our journey, these lessons, we load them into the boat and then we move towards, you know, bluer skies, greener pastures, the bright sun, however you want to say it. Two things. This was in reverse. So instead of moving on, I see it as maybe reverting back to something that was possibly pulling you, but you were just kind of, again, that High Priestess, it's like you were physically in the boat and the water's deciding and that water moving, that it's like symbolic of your emotions or how you felt or using your intuition, getting some clarity and yeah, like letting it pass through you. There is a lot of water here, just with the Ten of Cups and how I was saying like that healing energy that washes over you. And because in this depiction, the swords are not in the boat, they're this heavy mental energy, it's like you're leaving that behind. They're not in the boat with you. You're not taking it with you. So it wasn't necessarily lessons that needed to be learned in terms of how you approach things in the future. It's more releasing things that were holding you back, that were weighing your boat down and not enabling you to move forward. And again, I can't help but notice there's a child in the boat, right? This might be getting in touch with, and this card was in reverse. I think I said that. So it feels like you're moving, not moving away from something, but moving, I don't want to, could be back to it again if this person's already in your life. But if it is moving forward, it's moving forward in the relationship. Yeah. Yeah, anyway, so what I was going to say was there is this sense of, again, bringing something up from childhood that you were trying to protect. It's no longer hiding, right? How it was. You were no longer defending it and being nervous that there was going to be damage done to this innocent part of you, or however you want to phrase it. It's like now the child's in the boat with you and you're not hiding it. He's right there. So whoever comes into your life, this child is in plain sight. And again, symbolically, the child could stand for something else, something innocent. And absolutely, it could be a literal child. I'm going to take one more for your outcome. And because Page of Wands could be communication, you could be communicating about this, I don't want to say secret, but whatever part of you were hiding, the metaphorical child. You might be communicating that to somebody and moving forward with passion, with desire, for this to be freed, for you to no longer have to carry around those heavy swords in your boat, right? What else can we get for this? Ooh, wow, death. I kind of love this card, I'm not going to lie. So for those of you who aren't super, knowledgeable in this, death is typically a card of transformation. Death is actually a card I kind of like when I get in tarots, and it's not always depicted in this, like, lady in a ghost mask with a sickle in a graveyard. This is kind of a darker depiction. But here's the thing, I'm not even like taking it as something super negative here, and I know, but hear me out here. It is transformation. This whole thing has been about you leaving things in the past behind, mental energy that's just kind of been draining and having to do everything on your own. It's like, and remember how I was saying in the future, it's like you finally come into your Queen of Wands energy, your Aries. This is Aries, right? Beautiful. This is sort of what, I don't think this is how you saw yourself, but internally this is what it was. Even like, kind of like the way they're positioned, see how their hands are the same, like the way they're clutching the wands. Like these are almost mirror images of each other. It's dark and light, right? And even this Temperance card, when I was saying it's a blending of opposites, if this isn't blending you and your person's cup, right, you and your person's love, it could literally be blending this darker energy that you've been carrying with this lighter energy, this empowerment that you've stepped up to. It's like these are going to become one, right? And I mean, I want to put this one on top just because it's more beautiful. And I mean, I think that is, because this feels more like your past. Again, that thing that you were concealing behind you, that child energy that we're talking about, it was weighing so heavily on you. It was almost killing you. It was almost a death. And you did have the mental death with the Ten of Swords, right? I feel like this is being released, and this was your energy surrounding that mental death. You're moving away from it, right? So like this card, bye bitch, like this is the one you're coming into. I think that's awesome energy. And again, moving away from those swords, they're no longer on your boat. She's one of these swords, right? You're saying goodbye to it. So if this is an older version of you, or yeah, it's just like a lower vibration of your energy, Aries. Death is the card of Scorpio too. I don't know if that means anything to you guys, if you're trying to release something involving a Scorpio, or maybe that was the cause of heartbreak in the past. It's possible. So bottom of the deck for this, I always do the two bottoms of the deck and then kind of put them side by side. So bottom of the deck here is the Ace of Wands. So again, Wands is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And so new creativity, new passions, new beginnings, new movement forward. Aces are kind of like the very seed of something that can grow into something great. And then bottom of the deck here, you have the Seven of Wands. So again, these don't depict kind of the traditional meanings of them. You can almost read into them anything you want. So if I take this wand and that wand, I read that as the Ace of Wands, or I'm sorry, the eight of Wands, which you got here. Fast, passionate movement forward. But just, to give you a couple options here, you also have the with the Seven of Wands. I'm losing my speech here. Sometimes that is the, actually I was going to go to the swords. Let me rephrase that. Seven of Wands you already had in the spread, didn't you? I'm almost positive we saw the Seven of Wands. Where'd it go? Oh, duh. You have the Seven of Wands pop up twice. That's this energy again. So, okay, again, here's how I see it. You were in the Seven of Wands, right? 7 progresses to the 8. So it's like you have 7 here, so any remaining insecurities or hesitations you have about protecting, I think you're moving on. It's like you found someone else offering you a wand, and it allows you movement forward. It allows you that fast 8 of Wands energy. And I don't always want to make this like a love relationship partner spread. This Knight of Pentacles, this movement forward of something that is healing, that offers you, I'm going to hold them together, sorry, got ahead of myself there. This energy, movement forward with the Earth, the Pentacles, stableness, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn with the Ten of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You're moving towards emotional fulfillment. Is this you? Sure, it could be. It could absolutely be you, Aries. It could also be someone else entering your life or some other opportunity entering your life. But whatever it is, you're coming out of heartbreak. You're coming out of emotional pain or resistance to something. You're basically coming out of this, right? These are the same. In this spread, mind you, I don't typically see death as a nasty card. I just don't. But in this spread, like, the depiction is kind of scary. But again, in where it fell in your outcome, it's like you're moving away from this. All right. So that's what I have for you guys. I hope that was helpful. I actually find this really empowering. And again, like I said, I don't want to make this like this person is going to save you and they're going to change your life. You have to want to change your life on your own before you can continue on with someone. You have to do your own healing and kind of, I think you have to do your own resting and only move forward when you're ready to. The Four of Swords is rest, right? Anyway, okay. I hope that was helpful. If you liked it, please hit the like button. I would